Welcome back to Dicing with Death. Ryan, take us away.
So you have just arrived safely into Solstice, this great sandstone city. Um, a man who you can only assume to be a knight of Solstice told you to meet him at the library when you have a chance to chat.
Right.
You
So,
purchased a week at the Traveler's Oasis, a tavern um, pretty far away from the docks where you arrived. And you and your ladies have a room. It is sort of mid-afternoon, so the day is yours. Michelle begins dragging her large suitcase up the
I help her with
stairs.
it.
Okay.
Um, when we get up there, I say, so I'm going to go talk to this gentleman, the sun and moon white stone helmet man, whatever his name is. I hope we'll find that out. You are welcome to come with me if you'd like, or have your way around town. I think we all have clean names here, right, Michelle? We don't have to worry about anything you've done here in the past.
Excuse me, my name is clean everywhere on this earth.
Good. So,
I think
yeah.
it's your reputation we'll need to worry about.
I smile, laugh, and drop 20 gold on a table and say, do what you need to do. Here's some spending money. When we get a chance to really buckle down, we'll split up. I'll give you guys your share of the loot from our last job. And
my mirror, says Michelle. Iris opens her mouth as if to object, but then shuts it.
Excuse me? Your mirror?
As was promised. She smiles for the first time in a while.
There was no promise of mirror, and you never gave me back my necklace of pearls. So why don't we call that just an
She reaches in her pocket and throws the necklace at you.
Ooh.
I don't want your other girlfriend's necklace anyways.
Other girlfriend's necklace. Do I have...
Probably should have given it back to her. She can use all the help raising your little bastard seal baby.
Why are you so butthurt about this, Michelle? I didn't realize that you had developed feelings for me. Why didn't you just say something?
She picks up her bag and her little leather box, not the big leather box, and brushes past you as she walks out and down the stairs.
Michelle, I was just joking. Come on. Come on, babe.
She's headed for the door.
I look to Iris and go, at least you're pretty sane.
She shrugs, scoops the 20 gold coins into her pocket, and heads downstairs, which you can only assume to be a vigorous night of drinking.
Yeah. Don't get us in trouble, I shout, as I stretch for a moment, shake out, and proceed to head to the Great Library.
Very well. Do you, so you're still wearing your common clothes, no armor.
Mm-hmm.
Are you armed?
Oh, yeah, well, I keep
all of your equipment?
Yeah,
I guess everything. You travel pretty light. You've got pretty much everything you own in a backpack.
Yeah, I do wear my leather armor.
Okay, so you do take time to put it on. Or were you wearing it already?
I was wearing it already. Yeah.
Actually, you weren't.
Okay, I put it on.
I asked you what you were wearing when you got off the boat.
Yeah, you're right.
You just said your common clothes.
Yeah.
So you take the time to put it on and put your common clothes over it?
Yep. Okay, I no longer have my darts. I have... Actually, I need to go buy a normal dagger. My only weapon right now is bloodletter.
Oh, yeah, you ditched your dagger, huh?
Yeah. Well, it was a life and death situation. I also take a look at that little... whatever it was that she handed me.
It was a small strip of leather, about 2 inches on the side, with a red painted face on one side.
It looks very similar to my other strip of leather?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I head out
You should have had.
And
Did you have one?
I had two, but I used
Did you have-
one already.
I think you started with three. You used two.
I think I either used two or I used one and then someone just took one from me, and I didn't really understand what was happening at the moment.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds right. All right. So how do you find the library?
I look for the two tall towers and then I walk to the building between them because that's what they told me.
Sure. Do you try and stick to road, or do you just weave between buildings?
You know, I stick to the main roads. I want to kind of get a lay of the land
Yeah.
of the city.
I mean,
So I
so
don't
I've
want to.
got the map up, and none of it's hidden.
Right.
There are far more buildings than I've indicated. That was just sort of I just added them to sort of add flavor or whatever. But I mean, pretty much the city is filled with buildings. But those main roads are the extent of it. There are alleys, obviously, in between the buildings, but those are the great stone roads.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you do have control over it.
Yeah. I go to the library.
All right. So standing in front of you is it's a wide two-story stone building.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then maybe more stories than that. I can't recall actually. Let's say it's two stories for now, but if I'm going against canon to say that, we can adjust later.
Sure.
And then on either corner is a large tower. Sort of the front right facing you is a slightly larger tower. It matches the sort of yellowish sandstone of the library. And then to the back left, the opposite corner is a white tower. Slightly smaller and slightly taller. Slightly thinner and slightly taller.
Okay. I walk up to the front
At
door
the
then.
at the end of the road, there are two large double doors, which are at this time of the day wide open. And on either side of the door, you see um, you see a guard wearing white robes with a metal helmet covering their face, armed with a longsword and spear.
I smile pleasantly at them.
One of them has a spear. Both have longswords.
I smile pleasantly at them and walk past them.
You can't tell if they smile back. The helm conceals their face.
Yeah.
But you step into a large library. Most of the shelves appear to be made of stone as well and lined with books. It's mostly empty, but there are a few scholars sort of poking around.
Okay. I pause and look back and forth, and then I just start like walking through stacks of books on the first floor until I've searched the first floor, and then I go up to the second floor.
Yeah, so there's a large staircase in the back directly opposite the entrance that leads up to a second floor with more of the same. A few of the bookshelves on the second floor are made of wood, but other than that, mostly the same. There is a wooden door on either side that leads into the towers, only from the ground floor. Actually, sorry, only from the second floor.
Right. Okay. Well, I start walking through the second floor looking for that same guy that I had seen before.
Yes, indeed. You do find him on the second floor, sort of in this bottom right corner between two stacks of books, speaking with a man in a white robe. This one has no helmet and wears no weapon.
Okay, I want to. They're between stacks of books or at the end of a stack of books?
They're between two bookshelves.
Okay. I want to walk down an aisle on the opposite side of one of the bookshelves and
Mm-hmm.
get up real close to where they would be and listen to their conversation while pretending to peruse books.
Sure. Roll a detect noise for me.
Do I get any bonuses for being like 5 feet away from them with only books in my way?
Um, yes. Let's say 25% bonus.
49 My detect noise is 20 plus 25 is 45.
Not
Failure.
quite. It seems to be yeah. I mean, it's muffled through the bookshelf in between.
Hmm.
Um, a large stone bookshelf, by the way.
Oh, so it's not like
Um,
you could reach through the bookshelf.
no,
Okay.
no. And yeah, it sounds like a calm conversation,
Hmm.
like nothing heated about it, but you aren't able to make out any content.
Okay. All right. All right. I wait a few moments and try. Can I detect noise again if I fail, or do I? Is it just a once?
I'm going to say not again for the same circumstances.
Okay. Cool. Then I just walk around to the other end and walk it towards the two men and go, "Hi, guys."
Actually, as you round the corner, the white robed figure takes his leave
Okay.
and heads towards that door.
Okay. Well,
The
then I
tower.
walk up to the other man and say, "You called?"
Yes, yes. Um, uh, Step into my office, he says, and he gestures for you to follow him.
I follow him,
He leads you to that same door that the white robed figure
which goes this way.
stepped in. Yeah, into the tower.
Okay.
It is a spiraling staircase. So the door opens into a spiraling staircase heading both down and up.
Mm-hmm.
He heads up. You'd guess just up another one story. You pass at least, you pass two doors on the way. The
Okay.
third, he reaches into his pocket, pulls out a key,
And this is all on a spiral
unlocks.
staircase, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So the spiral staircase seems to be the core of this tower, and then the outer bit is rooms. Right, so he unlocks it into a wedge-shaped room. Dividing the room in two is a large yellow sheet, which you assume behind is his bed. There's a desk. There's a few books scattered, but it's rather meagerly decorated. Um, he shuts the door behind him and gestures for you to take a seat if you wish.
I shut the door,
He already
and
did.
oh, I thought you said he gestures for you to shut the door and take a seat. Never mind
No,
then.
he shut the door and gestures for you to take a seat.
Well, then I take a seat and kick my feet up onto his table.
His desk, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Aside from the chairs, the furniture in this room is made of stone. So the desk and the bookshelves are permanent stone fixtures within the room. All right. He removes his helmet, revealing a full head of long golden hair. Um, Actually, a quite handsome face, chiseled features, and pointy ears. Roll a perception check.
I will roll a perception check. If I can find. Here we go. 22?
And judging, he is clean shaven, but judging on the sprinkling of stubble left after a morning shave, you're connecting the dots and imagining that he's probably half elf, or at least part human.
Okay.
He sets his helm on the desk,
Mm-hmm.
um, remains standing, and extends a hand,
I kick
a
my feet off.
gloved leather hand.
I kick my feet off his desk, lean forward, take his hand, and go. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Qualnir. Would you tell me your name, sir?
I am Shihatan.
Shihatan.
He nods.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I can't tell you how nice it is to be greeted at the docks. What can I do for you, Shihatan?
A colleague of mine, as I said, forewarned me of your arrival.
I don't like how you say
Just
forewarned. Why don't you mean
is
he?
it inappropriate?
Don't you mean that he alerted you to my presence in your city, so that you could come and greet me so warmly?
Indeed, indeed.
That's much better.
He says you treated him kindly, and he is in your debt.
Ah,
So, despite the frankly appalling rumors that I have heard of you, I'm willing to give you a pass,
well, my friend,
as long as you don't cause any trouble in my city.
I lean back and kick my feet back up on his table. Whatever rumors you have heard are simply those. I tend to ruffle feathers with my carefree attitude. My family didn't like it, which is why I'm no longer with them. And my previous friends or employers may not have liked it. And, quite frankly, I tend to piss people off, but I'm a good and honest man to my core. I'm sure that's what you've heard from our mutual friend, whoever this man may be.
He nods. Would you care for anything to drink, Kolnir?
I would love a glass of
Fresh cold
elven wine.
water, wine,
Elven wine, yes.
elven wine.
I mean,
Yes, I believe
if
I
you
have one here somewhere. He digs out or he pulls a bottle of wine from his bookshelf. Manages to rummage up two non-matching glasses, uncorks and pours for the two of you. Cheers.
cheers, mate.
Fine elven red. So, down to business. I find myself in need of your unique set of expertise, and I
Oh,
would rather keep this discussion on the hush hush in any case.
well, tell me what you need. I will be happy to oblige.
Um, there was once a member of my order. Uh, Lucifron was his name.
Hmm.
He was a great knight, but misguided. And, well, suffice to say, he let his heart lead him astray. Um, he wound up crossing the sea far to the west,
Hmm.
and in his journeys passed away. However, for some reason, his soul is not able to carry on to the next plane,
Hmm.
to return to his people. If you could cross the sea and find out what is inhibiting his progress,
Oh,
put his soul to rest,
we just
I
arrived.
I suppose it is not a rush,
I mean, it's not like he's going
but
anywhere, right?
no,
He has
but
an
his
eternity to.
soul. Fair enough, but his his soul is in purgatory. Despite his despite his wrongdoings, I would very much like to see him put to rest.
Yeah, that's a
If
very
you could
sweet
do
thing
this
that
thing
you.
for me, I would be in your debt. Anything you would request would be yours. Anything, he emphasizes. If we do not
Okay,
have it, if we do not have access to it, we can find it.
I understand. This is
Name your
very.
price.
How about this? How about we just say you owe me one? I don't have any. I just got to town. We're leaving. We just left Seagate. We're here to relax, to take a breather of things. I will help you with this task. Give me a day, maybe 2 days to get my bearings in this town. I will come back to you. Well, let's get all the information now. Where you think he was last seen, any clues you might have, and then after I become accustomed to this place and settle my ladies here, I can go do this. And one day, maybe tomorrow, maybe 100 years from now. Well, I guess I try and look him up and down. How old does he look for a half elf?
He looks like a young man. Um,
100 years from now, I confirm myself.
yeah, I don't
Maybe
know
100
how
years from
do
now.
how do half elves age,
I think they live to be like 150, 160.
but they reach maturity at the same rate as humans, don't they? Middle
More or
age.
less. I think it's a little bit slower. I think like human 20
No,
is
I
half
think.
elf 23 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They basically age. They mature as humans and then live a fair bit longer. Yeah. Um, you can roll a perception or intelligence check if you want to try and guess his age, but he looks to be a young man. There's no
That's fair.
signs of wrinkles or graying, thinning hair or anything along those lines. Yeah. He says, "Well, my offer stands. As warden of these lands, I am not able to leave to pursue this myself,
Oh, I
and it
will
is
take care
hardly
of
a
this.
matter for official order business."
I will take care of this. I promise you. I just need some time to settle my things here. And once I do, as I said, we will have a favor that you owe me, which I will call upon you one day for, if you're lucky. Mm. In the meantime, I take it you are the person they refer to as the Sunblade?
That is my official title, yes.
It's very nice to meet you, Sunblade. And please send my warmest regards onto the High Priest as well. I'm afraid I don't know who operates the other tower, though.
What business do you have there?
No business, but if there was a man from this part of town, from this town that has passed on, his past may come up. It might be nice to know who he worked with.
Who Lucifron worked with?
Yeah, if Lucifron had any
He
dealings with the
was
head of the other order
he
of
was
the wizards.
in he was in my order. He was a knight.
So you're not
He,
considering that the diviners might have had something to do with this, with
he
trapping his soul. I mean, they are the magical powerhouse of this neighborhood, are they not?
yes. Yes, we are.
We?
You notice that in the moon on his shoulder and the sun on his wrist, set in the center is an eye, and you connect the dots that he just referred to himself as we with respect to the diviners.
Mm-hmm. I pause for a moment. Okay. So you're sure the diviners had nothing to do with his disappearance or his soul not being able to move around?
I think you are confused. No,
Perhaps I
it
am.
was whatever otherworldly powers he encountered across the sea that did him in.
Are you sure? A great many men have thought, well, the greatest mysteries of all were because people wouldn't look at themselves. Is it possible that he made some enemies within the Diviners or within the Knights of Solstice?
No, I was his greatest rival, and
Ah,
despite our differences, he was one of the few that I called my equal.
that's a piece of information that was missing. Okay. So if anyone were to have disappeared him, it would have been you, but he disappeared before that, and you want to get some justice for him. You know, remove this person that destroyed him and bring his soul to rest, correct? I just want to speak in
Exactly.
clear terms.
I
Okay.
don't have my mind on retribution. Freeing his soul is all that I ask.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I can do this for you. Um, it's been a pleasure. I must now go attend to my ladies and get myself settled here. Do you have a ship that can take me across the sea? Or
Uh,
should I do this more discreetly?
I would appreciate discretion. There are numerous ships that travel across the sea daily. I can.
No, the less you know, the better, probably, if this is to be discreet. In my line
Very
of work, it behooves me to keep my secrets from my employers.
yes,
Okay, good.
perfect.
I take it it would be inappropriate if I were to be coming by your office Is there a way that I may contact you so we can speak in private?
This room is as private as it gets.
Oh, I'll
You
just
may,
simply come through the library and knock on your door.
uh, very well. I would appreciate your discretion, though.
I nod, stand up, shake his hand, or extend my hand as if to shake,
He shakes as well.
give him a nod, and turn and retrace my steps back to the inn.
Yeah, so you go down a flight of stairs, past
Hmm.
two doors, um, enter the second floor of the library, walk back down to the first floor, down the street, around the corner, and
Right,
back to the Traveler's Oasis.
right. Um, hmm. Okay. I poke my head in
A
and look for
quest has been
Iris.
added to your quest log, to your
Sweet.
journal. You look for Iris?
Yeah, I look for Iris. Just checking on her, make sure she's not getting into too much trouble. See if she knows
Um,
where Melissa went. Fucking Melissa.
Michelle.
Michelle. Damn it! Female
Called
names
her
that start
Melissa
with M.
before. I wonder if there's any significance to that.
I don't
Hint,
know,
hint,
man.
nudge, nudge. Um, I, Isis, whatever I called her, is having drinks in the tap room at the Traveler's Oasis,
Mm-hmm.
um, laughing loudly in the company of several men. Michelle is nowhere in sight.
Okay. I walk over and laugh as if I heard the joke or whatever they're saying. Put my
Mm-hmm.
hand around Iris's shoulder, squeeze her close, and says, "Oh, my sister-in-law's such a great person, isn't she? Would you mind if I borrow her ear for just one moment?"
She's she goes with you. Some
Okay.
of the men look a little bit sister.
Okay. I
Married?
I do a quick whisper. You haven't seen Michelle around, right?
She shrugs. No, I think she went bar hopping across the street.
Lovely. I don't even care where she is. Um, how would you feel? How did you like that travel across the sea? Was that something that was you'd like to do again? I may have an errand for you that I need you to run. I haven't decided whether or not to send you on it yet, though.
I fared fine on the open sea. What errand?
We may need some means of traveling around the city unnoticed, and this place is just pitifully boring and droll. No one here is. There's a lack of servants and covered carriages, and people to do our manual labor for us. So I might send you to pick up um, Bates and his horse and carriage, so that we can
Back
travel
in
in
Seagate?
luxury back in Seagate.
I suppose I could if you fund the trip.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really find it boring here?
No. The people can be. Well, I like. Doesn't matter. It's fine. This place is wonderful. I'll probably be gone for a few days, maybe a week. I hope that money will stay you through, so try not to blow through it too quickly. And tonight we will split up treasure. I'll take care of some business now. I will see you around if you. Ah, fuck it. Have a good time. And I walk away. I don't need to parent her. I want to head down to the southeast corner of town.
Southeast.
Southwest,
Southwest. By the docks?
by the docks. I want to head to. I wrote it down.
There, I don't think there's anything to write down.
To the unmarked tavern on the southern edge of the
Yeah.
docks.
Yeah. So this building here, there is on the sign, there's a bottle, some
Mhm.
X's on it, but no name.
I walk in.
All right. It's a dimly lit, dingy establishment, packed full of sailors. Again, you see some of the more colorful races,
Yeah.
lizards and gnolls.
I smile and go order a pear cider and throw 2 silver onto the table.
Um, the barkeep takes your 2 silver. steps away and never brings you your pear cider.
Okay. I wait anxiously, but pretty confident.
How long do you wait?
5 minutes.
Uh, you were left alone at the bar by yourself with no drink.
After 5 minutes, I mean, is the bartender still around, like in the room doing
Yeah,
stuff?
he's passing around. Yeah, he's giving drinks to other customers,
I wave him over
etc.
and order some wine. And
Yeah, yeah, that'll be 5 copper.
great, great. Any idea when that pear cider is going to get here?
He leans in and says, "The message is sent. I don't know what else you want me to do."
Yeah, yeah. I give him 5 copper and say, Dennis says you might know someone here that can move some items for me.
Roll a intelligence check.
Oh God, what have I done? Volnir gets so cocky sometimes. 17.
Okay. The barkeep says, "Dennis said what?"
Ah, I made you say what? Ha ha. And I keep sipping my drink.
He hasn't brought it to you yet. I mean,
He
he's
didn't bring
sort
me
of.
my wine?
This was the same conversation.
Yeah,
This
I
was
know.
like
I was
one
hoping
sentence
he was.
after you got it. No,
I was
I mean
hoping he was
he's
a.
fetching it.
No.
I mean, he's like uncorking, or I don't know, opening and pouring a glass from an already uncorked bottle.
Yeah. No, the Denons don't say anything. They're mute people.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Fuck. All right. Hmm. Hmm.
So, are you hanging out in this tavern for a little while?
Yeah, I hang out in this tavern for a little while. I don't.
Are you making conversation?
Sure.
Listening to
Did I
conversation?
did I actually get the details from the Sunblade as to where he thought that his friend went?
Uh, you got whatever details you got.
Okay. Oh shit. Across the sea, he said.
Right. So, are you making
I
conversation, or are you trying to overhear any
no,
conversations?
I go sit down with somebody once I get my wine. I go find a table that has a spot open, even if it doesn't look welcoming, and I go sit with them.
Okay. Roll a charisma check.
D20 plus 10. 29.
It's a group of sailors, merchants. They seem like rough and tumble off, but doesn't seem like they're criminals or anything of the sort.
Hey
Um,
guys.
they eagerly invite you to join the conversation. Is there anything you wish to get from them specifically,
Yeah, I
or
want to ask what other places aside from Cinteron are across the sea?
they say Cinteron is the only major city. Think
Okay.
about that. Yeah, Cinteron is the only major city in that jungle.
Do you
Um,
you guys know a guy by the name of Lucifron?
yeah, yeah. Haven't seen him around here in quite some time.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out where he went. I've I have reason to believe he went to Cinteron, but I can't prove it. Not that I need proof, but just want to make sure I find him.
uh, no, he left, as far as we know, inexplicably.
How
Uh,
long ago?
one of them thinks it's been months, another years. They can't seem to agree the last time they saw him, but
Hmm.
it's been it's been a while. It sounds.
And who did I hear that this Lucifron guy had some problems with the Sunblade himself? Here, there's a bit of a rivalry there.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. What can you tell me about the Sunblade guy? I'm new in town. You think he?
I wouldn't. Mm, I doubt it. He's that one sticks to the books. That's pretty much where him and the Moonblade would butt heads.
Moonblade willing to break some rules, bend some rules.
For the greater good, yes.
All right, all right. Well,
I would
hmm,
advise you not cross the Sunblade.
I have
That
absolutely no reason to, but I mean, why would anyone want to cross the man who runs the towers? On the other hand, yeah, why not? What, any particular reason? I mean, it seems common sense to me. But pointing it out seems.
he can use the blades on his back, and he's got more tricks up his sleeve. Not many are allowed to study in both towers.
Yeah. Yeah. Does he actually
He has some
run
gifts.
the other tower?
Run,
Is he just an
define
acolyte?
run. He
Make
is
you know.
he is the senior knight of Solstice, but he's neither a priest nor a wizard, but somewhere in between.
Weird multi-class wizard priest fighter? I don't know. I don't even know. All right. Well, boys and girls, any of you guys got a ship that can take me to Cinteron? I'm gonna go find this Moonblade.
Um, they say they are heading south to the elves to drop off a supply run, but their ship will actually be heading to Cinteron in several days' time.
I was hoping to head there ASAPly. How long does it take to get to Cinteron from here?
Uh, Depending on the weather, 2, 3, 4 days.
Fuck it. I'll go with you guys. You seem like a nice crew. How much to passage for blah, blah. How much is the passage to Cinteron?
Uh, they look you up and down. What is your character's strength? Whatever. How strong do you appear?
15 strength, 17 dex,
So
8 con.
you do look well muscled, and you are wearing common clothes.
Mhm.
They say if you're willing to pull your weight, we can
No.
let you on. No,
Nope.
just a passenger.
Yep.
You'll have to talk to the captain. Usually, a handful of gold will do the trick.
All right. I get details from them about where I can find their captain.
All right. Their ship's called the Jungler,
Ooh,
and they tell you probably 3 days' time they'll be
nice.
leaving.
And
You gather that they're resupplying the elves. They mentioned that the elves have been taking in a lot more more trade than usual. It seems like hobgoblins are sort of making a menace of their supply routes.
hmm. All right. Okay. And can you guys tell me anything about who may or may not be? I assume there's some sort of local merchants guild or union, right?
Mm, no.
No.
Solstice is a free city.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you guys. Could you point me in the direction of a smith or a jeweler, perhaps? I gotta.
A jeweler.
Yeah, my sister-in-law's in
They're
town with me, and I gotta give her
well,
something pretty for her birthday.
okay. I mean, they start talking about smiths and jewelers. Which do you want, a smith or a
I
jeweler?
prefer a jeweler.
Um, it sounds like there's one just a. Sorry, you are across? Oh no, you're at the Shady Bar. Um, yeah.
All right.
They tell you. They direct you to one in the old quarter, and another in the new quarter.
All right.
They can't seem to agree on which is best,
I
but
go
they
to
give
the
you
old quarter
options
one.
to both.
I excuse myself politely. Go to the old quarter one.
Okay.
Um. Yeah.
All right. All right. You wander through rows and alleys of old buildings. They actually seem to be laid out better than the newer part of the city. So that it looks like they were at one point constructed into nice city blocks. Most of the old roads have sort of faded away or been blown over with dust and sand, but they do
Okay.
form a nice grid. You were able to find your way to a small jeweler's shop. Um, there is a shop that looks like everything can be taken inside and locked up for the night, but currently a large canopy is extended out into the street, and you see a dwarven jeweler working in the daylight
Excellent.
out in the
I
front of the shop.
approach the jeweler and say, my friend, how goes
Ah,
it? My name is
well
Qualnir.
met.
My
I
name is
am
Qualnir,
Bogdan.
and I am here to do some business with you.
Well, what can I do you for?
I have, well, I don't think you need to hear my entire family's history, but my family's recently come upon some ruin, and I'm a practical man, so we've scraped together whatever we had, and we picked up and moved along. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to sell some of our nicer things in order to make a living for ourselves these days and to get settled in a new place. So I am here to. God, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I'm here to pawn my wife and well, formerly my mother and my grandmother's jewelry. Or at least some of it, to get by.
A great tragedy, but sometimes practicality necessitates things such as
Absolutely.
this. I can have a look and let you know what I'm interested in.
Thank you. I pull out the the bracelet and brooch that I got way back when, not the stuff I picked up in Seagate.
Okay. Have you already appraised them? I don't even think I
Yes,
have
the
those written down. They're
brooch is
so
appraised at 400. The bracelet, I'm sorry, the bracer is beta.
bracelet. A bracer is a piece of armor.
Yeah, yep. The bracelet is 600. The brooch is 400.
Okay.
I
Um,
hand them to him and say, this is how much that we expected
what is your charisma?
for them. My charisma is 10.
Okay.
And I tell them that I know this is their going rate, but considering that times are hard and we actually kind of need this to get by, I would be willing to let them go for 300 and 500 respectively.
Seems a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that deal.
All right.
He takes them and counts out 800 gold for you. Actually, no.
Actually,
Yeah. I
no.
mean, he goes into the shop to open a chest and mentions as he's going back there if you prefer your payment in coin.
Yes, coin would be nice. We.
Okay. Yeah. So he rummages in the back, pulls a chest onto the counter, unlocks it, and counts out platinum for you.
Oh, nice.
80 platinum pieces.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
And when you come upon better times, I am really more known for my custom work. And sort of gestures to a set of fine jeweled earrings he's currently working on.
I pray my family will one day be able to forward such exquisite pieces of artistry as that.
Bogdan is my name.
Bogdan, my name is Qualnir, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Now, Bogdan, if you don't mind, I have one more question. What can you tell me about Sintaron? Would that be a good place for my family to settle?
Oh, gods, no.
No?
He sort of looks you up and down. No, no, not for a kindly man like you. It's a rough place, full of pirates and monsters.
Ugh, God, I've been running from monsters and pirates my whole life, it seems.
No,
Not
no.
always the
Solstice is a
front.
beautiful city.
I do love it here.
Sunny and warm year round, and very encouraging laws for merchants like myself.
You seem to enjoy Everyone I've talked to seems to really enjoy it here. Hmm.
Yeah, he seems to agree.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. And then I depart and head my way um, towards where the captain was of the ship.
Oh, they just gave you a name. They said
The
the
jungler.
jungler.
Yeah, I walk up and down the coast looking for the jungler.
Yeah, um, there's about a half dozen smallish ships docked here. A few of the larger ones are sort of
Hmm.
um, out in the bay. But you were able to find the jungler
Okay.
pulled up to one of the stone docks.
I
Um,
approach.
with a little bit of asking, you're able to find the captain who comes out to see you. Yes, yes. You looking for work?
Not in the slightest, actually. I am looking for passage to Solstice.
Well, I'll take your money, but you're here, buddy.
Ah, funny. Cinteron, I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. I'll be making a stop off there in a couple of days.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mm, you can pay,
Oh, I can
or are you
pay.
looking to work?
No, no, I am not looking to work. I am done working.
All right.
How much is the pay?
You willing to sleep in the cargo hold or on deck?
I would like the very finest room you have available.
That'd be my room.
Except for yours.
I'm afraid it's a small ship we got. It's either the cargo hold, the deck, or captain's quarters.
Well, I mean, if you want to get cuddly, I'll do the captain's quarters. Otherwise, I can take the hold.
No, no, no. But I'm willing to rent out the quarters for
For how much?
20 gold
For the whole trip?
there. You want passage. I mean, if you want passage back, you only have a day to conduct your business.
Well, I'll probably get a different ship back. Or I'll die. But yeah,
That's
sure, I'll
probably
take
more
it.
likely.
Quite
Just
probable.
kidding. I assume you know what you're doing.
Well, I pretend I know what I'm doing, and everyone else just thinks it's true.
You aren't on the run from anything, are you?
Uh,
Most
What a,
sane folk don't want to go to Cinteron.
does an angry wife whose anniversary I forgot count as running from something?
Sounds like good enough reason to take to the jungles for me. To me,
All right. Well, here's some gold. I hand him 20 gold just up front.
he seems a little taken aback, but very
Uh,
well. You hand him 20 gold or 2 platinum.
no, I dig around my gold bag first.
Yeah. Okay. Very well. He says 3 days time, either this spot or nearby.
I give him a
Abraham's my
salute.
name.
Abraham,
He extends a hand.
I extend a hand. Abraham, my name is Qualnir. It is good to meet you. You seem a worthy sea captain.
I like to think so.
I'm going to need a new character sheet. There's too many notes that no longer apply. This is just you can't really, if you, maybe you can tell. It's just like covered in notes all over, and then the back
All the
is just
margins. That's what happens when you run one of these like
you
highly
can't see it.
political, intriguey campaigns where there's all these rumors and a lot of them don't pan out.
Yeah, there's just notes on
Chicken
my
scratch in the
entire page is
margins.
covered in notes. It's hard to read, but both backs of my character sheet and the front of one of them is just half of it doesn't even apply anymore. Cool. 3 days in the morning, right? Not tomorrow, not the day after, but the day after that in the morning. I'll be here.
Yes, indeed. I'll
Perfect.
wait for you a little bit, he says, but I'd like to get out of here before the seas get too choppy.
No, I'll be here. Don't even worry about that.
Well, good to meet you.
I give him a salute and disappear.
All right, your passage is booked to Cinteron.
Okay, is there anything else I need to do? I want to find out some more information on this guy, what he might be doing over there. What could Hmm. Who
Hmm.
could tell me about what's going on over there? That's the big question. Who could help me? Who would the Moonblade know? The Sunblade's really his only friend that I know of. I want to go back down to the docks and look for a couple of nights of solstice.
Uh, yeah, sure. It's pretty obvious, but white robes and a helm covering their face, covering his face. It's just one strolling the docks by himself,
I
a
approach
long
him.
sword at his side.
I try to approach him from in front so that
This
he can see that
one,
I'm walking towards him.
this one is wearing a breastplate.
Okay, okay.
He struts over to you. Um, yeah, yeah, you can't tell much about him because he's wearing a helmet, but he seemed. How tall are you?
5 foot nothing.
5 foot nothing.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm five nothing.
he's barely taller than you though. So
Okay. I
not a
say to
huge
him,
man.
"Good afternoon. Good time of day, sir."
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for information regarding the Moonblade.
That's a peculiar line of inquiry. Might I ask why this concerns you?
Uh, does it matter why it concerns me? I'm looking for the Moonblade. I was told that he kind of disappeared somewhere between a few months and a year ago.
Yes, it's a great tragedy. That's probably been closer to a year. Um, we really don't know much. He simply vanished, although he was sort of tended to do that. But he always came back.
This time he didn't come back.
Exactly. He had he had business justice to deliver far and wide, so he tended to not look twice when he would disappear for days, weeks, sometimes even months at a time. But it has been a quite a while.
Hmm. Do you know of anyone that would have cause to hurt or harm this man?
Oh yes,
Oh,
hundreds, if not thousands. He put a great many to justice.
to justice meaning to jail or off with their heads?
A combination of the two, I would imagine.
Hmm. Those
Well,
that were
not
dead or should not be able to hurt him, and those that are jailed, I would expect to be he would be out of their reach. No?
one would think.
So no one that you know of that who would harm him. No individuals that you would know that would want to cause him harm.
Nor organizations that I can think of. No, no, he was generally well liked. Even he even got on better with most criminals than you would expect of a lawman.
Yeah. Do you have any
He
idea who
was
he's last
just
seen
and
in the
fair.
company of? Or the last person to see him alive?
I can't tell you. Like I said, it's not. We don't really know when he went missing.
Gotcha.
He was prone to disappearing, and one day he just never came back.
Okay. Could you would you mind providing me with a physical description of this man?
Um, he typically was masked. Most never saw his face, and I feel it is not my place to describe to you his physical features.
Well, if you don't
He,
see his face, then his face doesn't matter to me.
you know, his mask had the sun and the moon.
Hmm. Okay.
He
Thank
wielded
you.
a mighty blade, and he carried in his fist, shaped like the moon that is his namesake.
Mhm. Excellent, excellent. Pause. Well, it's been very nice talking to you. Thank you for your information. You've been most helpful. I smile and do an about face and walk. Just I kind of walk all over the city until I come back to my town of the Traveler's Oasis.
Yeah. All right. Anything you wish to do in the city? You get the lay of the land.
No, I'm pretty good here.
You can see the map.
Yeah, I think I'll just fast forward until we head out. I head out.
Yeah. So
Um,
I think it's about time for a break now.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So why don't we come back in a few minutes
Yeah.
and wrap the session up then?
Yeah, and one more time with the plugging of the Intel thing. You can vote for me at Intel with the promo code has changed. It's now INTL_launch.
And I
That
believe
doubles your
that
vote.
gets doubles your vote and it gets you into some contest to win free
Well,
shit.
yeah, they're doing a giveaway of various things, and every time that you vote, you enter yourself into the giveaway. And when you
Based
use
on
the
email?
code,
Based on your email or what?
based on your IP address and email. So
Interesting.
one unique IP can vote per day, but that unique IP, I think, also has to have a unique email address attached to it. Um,
So vote, vote, vote.
vote, vote, vote. Boats, boats, boats. And we'll see you
And
guys in a few minutes. Later.
Melanie Mack helps Rotterdam train up for Intel Extreme Masters using the